and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 72, aka Episode 71. In this episode, we get excited about No Man's Sky for some reason. JfG Ash shows off his knowledge in the quiz. JfG Alex is off to Stockholm. We haven't forgotten about the big decal giveaway, promise. And finally, we have forgotten about a section. So sit back, relax, and see if you can spot which one we missed.
Hello and welcome to the JfG Podcast. This is episode 72. My name is Alex and I'm joined as ever by my good friend Ash. Hey buddy, how you doing?
Not too great, buddy. I've been dead for the past couple of days. But apart from that, yes, buddy, I am good. This
You've had some sort of lurgy sickness.
I believe
debacle.
so. I've had terrible pains all over my body. I believe it's some sort of flu syndrome, I would say.
Does sound like a flu-esque symptom, the old pain all over the body.
Yeah, achy as fuck. I don't know if it was repercussions from Friday night catching up with me, but...
Friday night, which of course was game night.
Game night, as is tradition.
Yes, I do remember some of that. Yeah.
Vaguely, buddy. It was a doozy, I believe, is the word we're looking for.
Sure
there.
was.
Yeah, well... Can't really say much more about that because I can't remember.
So you haven't had the chance to do very much recently then, I guess, with your lurgaciousness. No,
so the games this week are slim to none that we've been playing, I must say. Yeah, because literally last night I went to bed at about 7:45 and fell asleep not long after. But I did get to watch an hour or so of the No Man's Sky stream, buddy. The old, what's his name, was putting up the old Hello Games chappies. They were
old Sean Murray and co, yes.
Yeah. Did you see any of that, or...?
I watched an archive of it a little bit afterwards. But I've still got this kind of thing in my head. I went through a sort of transition from anger to acceptance with the way that they marketed that. Yeah. In that I've spent such a long time trying to work out what that game is, and now we're sort of hours away from it launching. I don't want to know anymore. I just want to play it, and now I'm suddenly actively avoiding all information about it in the last couple of days. Because
literally today has just been a massive bombardment of No Man's Sky videos on YouTube, I must say, and I was just like, I watched a bit of like the giant bomb one that went up. Well, they put two up. I watched the one from, is it the East? I think it is.
Yeah, the East Coast, the New York guys, isn't it? So yeah. Alex Navarro and co.
Yeah, and Dan was there playing with them because he's over there at the moment. And yeah. From watching a bit of that and the stream last night, I got 5 points to tell you about this game. First of all, it's some sort of survival game. You can die, not very easily, but you know there's like resource management kind of things. But that is pretty cool. There's a lot of mining and trading to be done. It seems like that's the way you get bigger ships and move them around. There's a lot of exploration and finding shit. I think that's something that we could enjoy. And I still don't know what this game is. And I kind of want it now. They're my 5 points.
I like it. I like those last 2 points that were a sentence split in half. That was good. No, I'm with you. I'm completely with you. I want it as well. It sounds more and more, every time anyone talks about it, it sounds more and more like Minecraft in space. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that in the slightest.
They're adding bases to it in a later patch, apparently. Base building, so that should be cool.
Yeah,
and then
very interesting.
Maybe one day they'll add like
private servers.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like multiplayer support or like team whatever, some sort of aspect where we can play it together. Who knows? But I'm super excited, ultra super pumped for this game, buddy.
Ultra super pumped.
Luckily, you will find out at midnight tonight. Obviously, we haven't said this is Tuesday. It's not Wednesday. We're doing this a day early because we're crazy. We did mention it last week, though, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm going on holiday in the very, very early hours of Thursday morning. I think our flight's at 10 to 6 or something.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, and because of that time, I'm staying up at the airport at a hotel the night before, and so I'm away as of tomorrow, so we needed to move things forward a day.
Gibbons. So that brings me back to at midnight tonight. It will be unlocked on your console, buddy, because I got home today and purchased it immediately because I was ultra super pumped.
Yo! So yes, I'm going to play that tonight.
Yep. I think I'll stay up and try and get an hour or so in on that. And luckily, it gives me a good opportunity to play some single-player games while you're away. And I'll probably live stream loads of it. Why not?
It could be the perfect game for you to have with me being away for a few days. Could well be.
As long as I don't get ill, I should be fine. But yeah, we shall see.
Gibbons. It's exciting. It's really exciting.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know if it's going to be a lot of content to this game, but it just sounds really cool. I mean, I'd never really got into the whole excitement before it was coming out and all the 2 years worth of media coverage that it's had. And I was like, oh, this looks cool. It could be all right, meh. But literally like the past 2 days where it's like, it's out now. Woo! I'm like, yeah,
it's something special. The hype for it really is a certain special kind of hype that I don't remember experiencing.
Like a massive roller coaster. Like
I was watching the 6 o'clock news last night on the BBC, and they were in Guildford and they went to Hello Games, because No Man's Sky is coming out. Yeah, it's
the summer drought, buddy. That's what it is.
Dead Island syndrome.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
No.
But there's been all these ups and downs, like the guy that bought it for $2,000 and then $2,000, and he came out and said, oh yeah, it's only 30 hours long, and now it's like, oh no, all those servers are going to get wiped and we're going to start again fresh. It's like, okay, wow.
Then there was it's only 6 gig thing, and then there was here's a massive day one patch thing, and all the time you're thinking this is all to do with perception, because if this game hadn't been hyped the way it has been, and I suppose that's been a mutual decision between Hello Games and Sony, but if this hadn't been hyped like that, this would just be another indie game coming out. And can you imagine what an incredible indie darling this game would have been had it just sort of appeared like a normal indie halfway through the summer?
But no one would have paid full price for that.
That's the problem, really. It
needed that hype to generate that price tag kind of thing. Yeah, it really did. Which is fair dues, I paid it, or we paid it, and we shall see how it is, buddy. I'm looking forward to it.
Indeed.
Did you see the picture of the main guy? Oh, fuck, I should really remember names. And the picture of him, I think it's 4 screens of his face, and it's I can't remember the tagline, something to do with the mental state of an indie developer in game development.
As his beard grows, he looks more and more crazed. Yeah.
I found that very funny. It was good.
I really, really hope that it's a wonderful game. I really do. I'm really rooting for them now. There's none of this, you're trying to charge 50 quid for your indie game. Fuck you.
Totally.
There's nothing like that.
Maybe, and that's not because we've just bought it. It's because...
No.
I want it to be a good game. I'm very much looking forward to losing myself. We're a big fan of not pointless games, but those simple games where it's there's not many game mechanics in there. It's not
chilled out ones. That you can just sort of bathe yourself in and not have to think too hard. Yeah, absolutely.
True.
Could be the one for us.
That's a lot of No Man's Sky talk.
Well, 'tis the season,
intro.
buddy.
Yeah, I know, right? Seriously. So I'm going to skip past that and go on to I got the week-long subscription to PS Now and then immediately cancelled it, mainly because it's a pile of wank, buddy, because all the games on there are proper shit.
There's nothing good on there.
Nothing.
There's a few good things on there, but you're talking 1 in 8 of the titles on there are a complete waste of time. They're like fucking retro Frogger or...
It's terrible.
Games that have already been released on the PS4 as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of that. Uncharted, I suppose, was a big pull until the Nathan Drake collection came out.
True.
Everyone seems obsessed with the backwards compatibility of Spelunky, despite the fact it's out on every fucking device known to man.
Right? It makes
it's
no
strange.
sense.
But yeah, it's a woeful list of titles, isn't it? If you look at it as a whole.
Yeah. I mean, we remembered like when it first came out that it had Rainbow Six Vegas 2, and we're like, oh sweet, we'll just play some of that. That'll do. It's not there anymore.
No, I don't.
Fuck knows why.
Was it definitely there before?
It definitely was there because we planned like a thing to do a game night on it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But maybe if it wasn't there, then that's our bad, you know. But I'm pretty sure it was.
Maybe it was advertised that it was going to be there or something. I don't know.
Maybe, and it got pulled. Who knows?
They gave them away on Xbox backwards compatible, didn't they? When Siege came out.
Yep, totally.
Maybe they struck a deal to get it off of PS Now at the same time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You never know. But yeah, if you want to know, you can like do the share play, not share play. What's the thing we do?
Family sharing. Yeah, family sharing works on PS Now as well as on normal titles. This is quite a revelation, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
There's a bit of a workaround. Like, so for instance, Alex had to log in as me, play the game on my account, so it would be in his hotbar, and then when it was there, he could access it from his account. So there is a sneaky way around it if you do want to go down that route, but I don't recommend it because it's pants.
I think if there's something on there that you really love playing co-op, you can now rent that for half the price and play it on the same account, like on each other's accounts or whatever. Like, so yeah, I suppose that does help things a little bit. But yeah, I mean, what they really want to be pushing is that monthly subscription price, and that $12.99 is not worth it until there's about 3 times more decent games on there.
It's just not good enough.
Just an incredible dearth of fucking shite on that store right now. So it's a shame because it runs very well. It's the technology.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the service. It's a good service. Like you say, it runs really well.
I'd love to see those figures, buddy. I'd love to know how many people are paying that $12.99.
I know, right? You know, quite a lot of people are though. Surely,
I can't imagine that anyone is. It's crazy.
Yeah, but
I feel like that number would be tiny. As you
can see in the first section of the news, people are fucking dumb.
That can happen. Yeah. Yep. No. Fair enough. The
last thing on the list, buddy, it's back again. Patio chat.
Oh.
Welcome to Patio Chat with your favorite hosts, JfG Ash and JfG Alex. Patio all the time. So I've been back in the patio, finishing off that final step. It's all laid, solid, no problems now. I can access it perfectly. And while I was there, I was like, hey, I should probably give this a good clean now, you know. So I got the pressure washer, gave it a good, like, specific, like, add-on where it like, buffs it and shit. It was amazing.
Ooh!
Yeah, I was like, it's come up a treat. I love it. It's so good. And also, I used the pressure washer on all the sleepers because, like, I've got 3 levels. 2 of them have got the patio on, and it's all held up by, like, wooden sleepers. And they've been sitting there for a couple of years. They're a bit minging. Oh, I cleaned them up beautifully, buddy. They look amazing. Fresh and clean.
Salad days, buddy.
Gibbons, buddy. So it's all ready for some enjoyment. Maybe some sort of BBQ. Maybe I'll get some Chipotle dip on there. Who knows?
You watched that South Park yet?
I didn't yet. I haven't. I need to. I really need to. I will. I promise. But yeah, so I don't know. This could be it, buddy. Patio chat. Is it going to come back again? Who knows?
I think if you were to have some sort of garden party or barbecue there, then we could return to patio chat to almost as a review of the finished patio, like how did it do?
Yeah, I'll get
in the wild.
I'll get
in
some
a party
quotes.
environment.
Yeah. I'll
maybe get some vox pops. Maybe be like, so Tom, you're having a sausage on my patio. It's not a euphemism. What do you make of things? Because he does gardens.
He's a professional. That guy, he was the one that helped me with the sleepers, buddy. He was there.
Indeed.
Yeah. So, buddy, that's about my week done. I know it was quite lengthy, but that's what she said.
Indeed.
So, what about you, buddy? Have you been up to anything? Shenanigans?
I have been. What have I been doing? I've been applying for jobs. I've been watching loads of films. I have been caning through Gilmore Girls with the missus because we need to get a bit of a spurt on now. With the date of the new series coming out. Also, it's my missus' birthday this weekend coming, and we're going away for it. That's why I'm going out to Stockholm. And so she had a bit of a birthday dinner the week before for all the family. Nice. And so we had a lovely meal at this Greek taverna place near her on Saturday night, which was fucking fabulous. We got the meze, which was described as a never-ending supply of starters and mains for all.
I bet it ended, though.
It ended when we were going to die, but they would have kept bringing food had we wanted it. I think it was $13.75 per person for it, and I've never seen so much food. Like the amount of, and everyone pissed it up the wall on the starters. They had way too much food, and then the mains came out, and it was just this massive platter of like all different types of spiced meats, and
nice.
And everyone was like I think Ellen only managed like one bit of meat or something. I had like 10 of them. I was like, yo.
Well played, mate.
And it was so good. It was so tasty.
Did it down, yeah. Nice, buddy.
Yeah, it was a really, really good evening. And friend of the podcast, Paul, was there helping me work through the meat tray, buddy. And that was very important. So yeah, watched lots of films. I watched Zootopia, which was quite good.
Yep, it's not bad.
I thought it'd be better actually. It's got ridiculously high ratings on Rotten. It's like 97% or something.
Wow,
on Rotten.
I wouldn't put it that high. I thought it was a good film.
It's like an 8 out of 10 movie. It was cool.
It was fun.
I watched London Has Fallen. Don't watch that.
No, I'm staying away from
Bad
that.
Film. Bad film. I watched the Scorch Trials, that Maze Runner sequel.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Because I watched the first one and liked it. This one was not as good.
Not as good, buddy.
And
I was thinking about that today, actually, because I watched Allegiant. Is it like the last one of the Insurgent? Was it Decept?
Which is another sort of Twilight clone, isn't it?
And I was like, and I thought of that film. I couldn't remember what film. Like there was the sequence where they're like running like in the wasteland towards that building. I was like, what film was that? But thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
You've reminded me of what film it was. Yeah.
That distinctly average movie was Scorch Trials. And then I watched Civil War, The Avengers.
Yes.
That was fun, wasn't it?
I like that film. It was good.
Someone told me that was shit. I don't know who it was, but they were wrong. It's a good film. I liked it a lot. I liked New Spider-Man.
Phil Spider-Man.
Still have a problem with Paul Bettany's character, the guy who can just go transparent. He seems to have all the powers. I don't really understand that.
It's what he does, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Captain America's a bit fruity, really, but he was good in this. And it was a cool film. I enjoyed it very, very much.
Good, buddy. I'm glad. I like the Marvel films are normally average to good. Better than
I
most.
hated Ant-Man, but once they put him in the Avengers, I thought he was a really good addition. Like the sort of humor was so good. It was just Paul Rudd playing himself, but in a fucking Avengers film, which was great. I thought I really enjoyed that.
I didn't mind the Ant-Man film. I thought it was quite good.
I thought it was really poorly done, and the script and the acting and that was like Paul Rudd was good in it because he's pretty much good in everything, but I couldn't get on with any of the rest of it. But
oh well, buddy.
So yeah, that's me. I'm going away this weekend. I'm very excited. I'm going somewhere I've never been before. You can't say that too often. And going to Stockholm, the beautiful, picturesque Swedish city, buddy.
I was going to say, unless you've got dementia, buddy, and then it's a new place every day.
Well, I'm going to leave that right where it is. And I'm going to move on. So I don't know if that perhaps explains why your introduction to last week's podcast was episode 70 when it was 71.
Who cares, buddy?
I had to cut and paste a 1 in after. I was like, what one shall I use? And in the end, I used the first word from Feist's hit song 1, 2, 3, 4. So it just goes played. Episode 71. Like that.
Nice. I'm gonna have to check it out. It's because I didn't edit 70, did I? So I was just like, man, this is 70 for me.
That's it. Yeah. Well, that can happen.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't matter.
This will be episode 71.
No, you're ordering the timeline here, buddy. I'm not having it.
Okay, fine. Let's move on.
Let's do that. Let's get out of here and head into what we've been playing. Not very much.
We need to start off with some sort of apology here, I believe.
Yes, we absolutely do. This is an official apology from the JfG Podcast.
Oh, God. Doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't, does it?
No. I mean, I said heinous words about this game. Didn't give it the time of day. I thought that the square was 3 wide, but in fact, it moves in half square increments, buddy. Not full square like Tetris. So that's why my brain wasn't working very well at the time.
We were scathing with this because we hadn't played it enough and we made a sweeping judgment on it, and that's never a good idea. So this is a formal apology from the JfG Podcast to Weird Beard Games for their fantastic PS Plus title, Tricky Towers, which is a great game, and we've been playing the balls off it. It's really good.
And it isn't Tetris.
It's not. It's reverse Tetris.
It's amazing.
That Jenga thing. It's still Tenga to me, but how the worst thing about what we said about this game last week was the first thing we did. We turned off all of the recording equipment, uploaded the files to the cloud, and turned on our consoles and played it and loved it instantly. Like it was a 5-minute turnaround between the end of the podcast and us realizing we were a couple of pricks. Like that's what happened.
I don't know why we just didn't understand the game. I don't know. Like we played it in like multiplayer and we were like, this. First of all, playing it multiplayer is the way to play that game. It is just so much better than playing it single player. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like. It's a fucking balancing act mostly, but then okay, so yeah, there's 3 types of game. There's race, survival, and puzzle. Was the other one? I can't remember. Was it called puzzle?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So race is you start off with your base, and you have to get the highest tower, which gets to the finish line. Whoever gets there first with a 3, 2, 1 countdown wins. So the reason why the 3, 2, 1 countdown is so important is because you have to make a really solid base. Otherwise, once you get to that top, it's just going to fall over. And you got to start again or halfway down. But the beauty of it is, depending on what difficulty you're playing on, you can get certain power-ups which really help you out, I must say.
They're really fun as well, aren't they? They're really a lot of them are quite clever. You got sort of balloons where they slow down pieces. You got one where it automatically kind of auto-rotates the block in ways you don't want it to. And there's passive and active ones, aren't there?
Yes,
there's like good magic and bad magic.
I think it's light and dark, they call it. Standard.
Yeah. So you've got ones that are power-ups for you and ones that are bad shit you can do to your opponent that you're playing against.
And I think one of the worst ones that I found was like the bush one, where it makes loads of bushes just grow over your blocks.
Clever one.
And you just can't, you can't see where, they're all pointing up. So you're like, oh, shit. I've totally forgotten what block I just placed down. So you don't know what to do next. And literally, if you get one of these blocks wrong and it falls, kind of sideways-ish, so it's going at, a 45-degree angle, you're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I mean, you've got the option with the bumpers. You can actually try and bump things off your tower, but you're usually going to do more harm than good in trying to do that. And we didn't understand all the nuances to it, did we?
No, not at all.
And as you say, the other two modes, the survival one is, you've got 3 lives. That's how many times you can drop blocks off of your tower. There's a certain number of blocks that you have to put down. And so here's 66 blocks, make a tower with no more than 3 falling in the sea. That's the survival one. That's the hardest one, I think, out of the 3.
It definitely is. And I watched the Giant Bomb playing it, and they played it on the hardest difficulty, and that adds in like weather elements to it, so wind and stuff like that. It looks crazy. Yeah, I don't want to play that. That is too hard. And the final one, Puzzle, which I think is probably my favorite out of it, because you have to think and have to be very smart about where you're placing them. So you have a line, say 5 or 6, maybe 7 blocks above the base level, and you have to see how many Tetris pieces you can fit in underneath this. So you have to hang the L-shaped ones off the edge, and because these Tetris blocks have physics now, you have to it's a balancing act then. And you have one special power, which is the vine, which means that whatever you put down will bind it to all the ones around it, so you can extend out further, which is a very sneaky maneuver, I must say.
Definitely the most tactical one, isn't it? And I was going to say that's definitely your favourite, and my favourite, because it's probably the most manic, is the race one. I like just flying up and trying to make something really
Some
dumb.
of those towers that you made were just I'd look at it and be like, that isn't right. That's not physics. Damn you.
Just annoying the shit out of you, building 2 wide all the way up to the top.
I've got this base that's rock solid. I'm that's going nowhere. Oh dear. But
it's a great game. It's a cracking game, and I really like it. I really, really like it. I want to play it now.
We'll play some more when we finish this, while we're waiting for No Man's Sky, buddy.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
what we're gonna do. Yeah. So formal apology to Weird Games. Cracking game, buddies. Well played.
Yeah, Phoenix to us, Fons to you. It's
indeed
just the way it is.
So I guess the final game in this short and sweet what we've been playing, we finished Soma, buddy. Yeah,
we did. We finished Soma. It's the first time we've played from start to finish on share play before, a single player game. It won't be the last, because I really enjoyed it. I
really enjoyed it, yeah. And I didn't mind not getting the trophies. That's fine. If I want to get them, I can play it again. I'm not scared now. I know how to play the game. I can do this.
I think you could speedrun it quite effectively, actually.
Yeah, true.
If you know exactly what you're looking for and how to sprint past the enemies and stuff. But yeah, final impressions on Soma, I suppose. Still avoiding spoilers, because that thing's still dirt cheap, and I feel pretty much the same as I did last week when we were talking halfway through. I loved the story. I thought that the concepts were very interesting. I thought the locations were very interesting, and I thought the pacing was decent as well. I still think it was let down heavily by some of the mechanics, some of the
totally.
The combat stuff, or lack of, was the biggest problem out of all of it. I think there weren't enough enemies in there for it to not feel like it was just a bit of an annoying extension of the game.
Yeah, it was like padding. It felt like padding.
It just wasn't very interesting and wasn't particularly well done, which was just a shame, because everything else was very well done, I think.
Yeah, a couple of issues that I'm going to bring up. I don't know. I don't think we touched on last week. One is in certain places there are some severe frame rate drops. So
oh god, it falls apart. It's you're talking sort of sub 10 frames stuff occasionally.
It's painful
going through this.
And the other thing is like the saving and loading times. If you want a seamless game, this is not for you.
And the two things are kind of combined as well, because it seems like the game has to regularly autosave, and every time it does, then it stutters. It
just freezes. It stops. Yeah. You're like, oh, okay, you're doing something. There's no indication of when that finishes. Like half the time, I'd be standing there waiting, like going, "Can I go now?"
And it breaks the immersion, because it's trying to create this sort of immersive world where you're feeling like you're in peril all the time, and only sort of 10% of the time you actually are, but it's giving you this sort of ominous thing all the time. And just as you're sort of settling in and sort of kind of tentative, not that relaxed, and then suddenly it pops up saving and you're down to 2 frames a second, and it's poor. It is poor, and it's been out a long time now. Like it should have been patched or optimized in some way.
Come out for it, yeah. But you know, that's pretty much the only negative things that I can say about it. Like, I really enjoyed the puzzles and solving all the different little things in there. The dialogue that helps you along the way, that's really good. Sometimes I did speak about this last time. I do feel like a little hint or something would be nice, because I found myself a bit lost, not really knowing what to do a couple of times during the game, and I was like, this is a bit tedious, I must say.
Especially a couple of times walking along the sea bottom there, where you feel like it's probably not a huge area that you're in, but it feels that way, and you just get turned around so easily. And there's so many effects. Worth noting as well that we suffered some what was supposed to be, I suppose, immersive camera effects and like static effects and stuff, and also a sort of color splitting effect where the blues and the reds that looked almost like you were looking at an image designed for 3D glasses. We didn't like these effects at all, and we suffered them for the entirety of the game, and then I paused it as it was finishing and realized that there were video options and we could have turned those off straight away. So
live and learn, buddy. Live and learn. But yeah, the story was fantastic. The ending satisfied my needs. I was happy with it. And,
it was good. A good ending.
That main character, what a dickhead, right?
Bit of a tool.
Massive tool.
She was alright though, wasn't she?
Yeah, she knew what was going on. Like, obviously, like, because she designed the whole program. But yeah, anyway, we can't go into that, buddy, because that would be spoilerish.
Indeed.
But yeah, I highly recommend playing this game, especially if it's only like £4. I mean, you can't go wrong for £4. It's an enjoyable game. We got through it in about 10, 11 hours? I think it was about 10, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like 10 hours. The positives far outweigh the negatives on this.
Yes, and I think so.
Worth picking up for a decent fee, yeah, definitely.
And if you are feeling a bit scared, I suggest listening to Seal's greatest hits while playing the game.
That did seem to work for you, didn't it?
Worked really well for me, you know.
Maybe a bit of Sade.
Yeah, that smooth operator. Nice.
Nice, yeah.
Gibbons, buddy. So yeah,
get back to the Last of Us share play next week, I think.
Yeah,
buddy.
I think so. When you get back, we need to crack on and finish that off, and then I don't know. We need another single player. Mate, Hitman. I want that game.
Yeah, could be. There's quite a few sort of cheapish single player experiences on there we can pick up. So yeah, we'll have to dabble. Be good.
Gibbons. And that's I'd say that's about it, mate, for this week. And I believe next week's going to be even shorter, because it's just going to be for me like No Man's Sky. And unfortunately, I don't know what I'm going to say about it, buddy, yet, because obviously that's the future.
It's true. I am actually back on Monday, so I'll have a couple of days opportunity to play some bits, although probably just No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
In the excited anticipation of F1, which is not too long away now, buddy.
Gibbons, buddy. Exciting times.
Yeah. So there we go. But that'll do us for this week. That is what we've been playing. And now it's time for the news.
The news.
The news. The news. All right. Number one.
Number Wang.
Xbox One S's or Xboneses are selling for upwards of £550 on eBay as UK stock sells out completely at all retailers.
Clown shoes, buddy.
I mean, really? I noticed the 2 terabyte version, but fuck me. I mean,
this is a console that's been out for 3 years. And I saw it on sale for £120 this week.
and that amount of money would probably make you a reasonably tidy little gaming PC, or if you saved that money in 13-14 months time, you could buy a Scorpio with change.
Yeah, and the Oculus Rift add-on. I'm calling it now, buddy. There's going to be a Rift bundle.
The Rift Bundaroo.
Yep, there you go. Fucking predicting the future. I'm back, buddy.
He's back. He's back. He's taking a punt at it. Yeah. I got that Gamescom thing right, by the way.
Oh, well played.
Yeah.
Like it.
The Sony not doing a conference there.
I know.
We'll get onto that, though. But yes, that's an amazing amount of money for...
It's a retarded amount of money. It's just stupid. Like, that's what, £200 on top? Like...
This goes to show how important the aesthetics are of these systems. You know?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, or just wait a week when the new stock comes in, or anything apart from that. You know, I don't understand it. I mean, it's no.
Put it this way, buddy. You know, these people, they're not hurting anyone, at least. And they're not spending their money on Class A's or Grade A uranium or weaponry. So
maybe,
you know, and that's all money going into the industry that we know and love. Whether the people who are providing that money are dullards or not, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, well, I'm going to bring back an old favourite that I haven't said for a long time, buddy. A classic Slipknot phrase. People equal shit, buddy.
It's eloquent. I like it. He's gone with it. It's beautiful. We will move on to number 2. Also console related, but a different one. Nintendo promises to learn from the Wii U's mistakes. They intend to make sure there is a Zelda game, a Mario game, and a Pokemon game, all available within the first 6 months of the launch of the Nintendo NX. I mean, obviously, we knew there was going to be a Zelda, and we presumably expected there to be a Mario. But the Wii U's, it was distinctly holy and patchy, the launch lineup of the Wii U. And when you're building a console that isn't necessarily very easy to code for third parties, and perhaps some of them won't bother, then that first-party launch lineup is crucial, and that's really good news that they've learned from their mistakes there, isn't it? That's good.
Yes, that is good news. And, Pokemons, buddy.
Yeah, Pokemon.
Love that shit.
So yeah, other news about the NX this week. A third party did a survey of UK retailers asking their opinions on the new software and new systems that are coming up over the coming years. And in the case of the NX, surveyed UK retailers agreed the console needs to launch under £200 to be a rousing success. That is if the leaked hardware statistics are accurate. So that was something we were talking about a week or two ago as well. I was saying, you know, this thing needs to launch like 170 with a game or two, and then you're outside the competition market zone there completely. You're talking, that's not that much money. You know, we've spent £100 worth of software we've bought in the last month, you know, and you're talking three and a half games worth of money for a new system. And when you
and
look
handheld.
at it that way, then it's cheap. It's cheap. Needs to be cheap,
buddy. It does. That just makes sense. If it's going to be on par with what this generation, I guess, and Scorpio's coming out next, whatever you want to call it, Q4, winter, Christmas, other things. Then
holiday season.
Holiday season, buddy. Good one. I like it. It's gotta have that lower price point to fit in. Because, like I said, you can buy like an original Xbox One. That is a horrible thing to say now. For like 150 quid quite easily now. You can get a PS4 for around about £200. It's gonna have to come in at that price point straight off the bat.
I could see it being the absolute biggest success at Christmas if that was to happen. Because I know that it's launching in March, but the sort of game library that it could build up across those 7 or 8 months and going up against a Scorpio that might be £450.
Yep, true.
It could be absolutely brilliant for them.
With the fact that, we're guessing it's a handheld and a console at the same time.
Yeah, and kids aren't dumb. They'll be selling that to their parents like, it's two things in one.
It's 2 for 1, Dad.
Exactly.
I'll be like, I know, son, I'm not a fucking dickhead.
I do a podcast, shut your dickhead mouth. I know what I'm doing.
I knew this 6 months ago. What a dick.
Yeah.
Next.
Well, there you go. So next, Niantic, we very briefly mentioned. We haven't spoken a great deal about Pokemon, Pokemon Go rather, but last week,
because it's not a game, buddy?
Well, no, it's not really, and neither of us are playing it, so it seems kind of aimless talking about it. But it's a big deal, and it's getting a lot of coverage, and we will give it some as well. Last week, they kind of drew the ire of their community by closing down a lot of the third-party sites' support so that they could no longer track where Pokemon were going to be, at what times, and that pissed off a lot of lazy people, I think. They actually came out with the exact reasoning for doing that this week, and it's entirely reasonable.
Is it the same phrase that Slipknot used?
It certainly wasn't, no, although they might want to think about that going forwards. But
it's a good slogan, mate.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's pretty solid. But yeah, so basically, the long and the short of it is the third-party websites were bombarding the servers, and anyone who plays that Pokemon Go will know that the servers aren't the best. And one of the reasons for that was about 40% of those servers were being completely engulfed by these third-party sites. Niantic shut those connections down and was therefore able to free up the sort of bandwidth required to launch in new territories, including Brazil. That gives you some sort of idea of the problem that they had there. And obviously that's entirely reasonable. That's completely a good thing. So, just important to do a follow-up there because we kind of mocked them for doing it last week. So that's why they did it. And fair enough.
It's my body. I do what I want.
Gibbons. Next, Rocket League is getting a Rumble mode. This is a new game mode. It's basically like a sort of deathmatch, like car deathmatch style take on the game with power-ups like punching and switching places with the opponent and hurricanes and whirlwinds and stuff. It sounds very interesting indeed. Got a bit of a Mario Kart twist going on here, and it needed some more content, Rocket League, didn't it? It was so bare bones.
It definitely was lacking content, that game.
So impressed with the sort of raft of DLC they keep chucking out here. This is free again, by the way, just like the other sports packs were.
Amazing. They are seriously doing such a good job just supporting that game. I mean, they've got a massive fan base now, I'm guessing. Still going. They've got their leagues, like official tournament leagues and stuff going properly and everything. So yes, big business, Rocket League, buddy. Who'd have thought it?
Nah, it's good stuff, isn't it? It's a September update. We'll definitely be looking at that.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely. So there you go. So that's that. Into Rumour Town here, and this is a rumour going around that the PS Neo will be announced on the 7th of September in New York. Now, when a company specifically dates like time and place, then you can probably assume that this is more than a rumour. The reliable sources are the ones quoted by French site Gameblog. They were the ones who broke the rumor originally, and then Vice magazine backed it up. Fairly reputable sources. So yeah, it looks like 7th of September, which is 1 week before the Tokyo Games Show. Conversely, that's where the NX is rumored to be announced. So
yep.
Fucking party season for hardware come this September, buddy. Yeah, very exciting too.
Definitely, buddy. I mean, I'm not excited at all about the PlayStation Neo. And
Okay.
yeah, the NX, buddy. That sounds cool. Maybe. Who knows? Should be good. It'd be good to finally fucking see what this Neo is. I'm not holding any kind of hopes up for it, though, I must say.
Well, yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. I think that the thing I'm most excited to hear is those confirmed specs of the Neo and a release date for it, because we just don't know. Is it coming out this year? Is it coming out in like March time? Or are they going up against the Scorpio, which would be suicide if the specs were accurate?
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
Interesting. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? And
Gibbons, buddy.
With Gamescom only a week or two away as well, there's lots to look forward to over the coming weeks.
We'll finally have some news to report on. Is that what you're saying?
There has been a shortage. I've been clutching at straws a little bit recently.
Just a bit, buddy. Yeah, it's been good, though.
Well, this is the last one for me, and this is certainly conducive to what you were just saying about there not being any bloody news. But I will say this, buddy. I told you I was going to be jumping into JRPG Town at some point, and I said that when that would happen when Persona 5 was announced, and the release date has been announced. It's coming out on the 14th of February 2017, which is Valentine's Day, buddy. Very romantic indeed. And so yeah, I'm telling you right now, buddy, that's when our JRPG adventure begins, the 14th of February.
JFG JRPG send off.
JFRJPRFG
Jingle.
Birthday season, buddy. Persona 5 birthday game.
That sounds good to me.
Game on.
Cool.
So yeah, that's it from me, buddy. Time to head into Ash's news favourite things of the week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's news favourite thing of the week.
I'm going to start off with a nice little one. The Elder Scrolls Legend, buddies, is now in open beta, so I suggest everyone on Windows goes and downloads it and gives it a go. It's loads of fun. I highly recommend it.
Nice.
Yep. GTA 5, strangely enough, 3 years after its release, UK's #1 game this week.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Has that ever happened before with anything? I can't imagine it has.
I think this is the 9th time that it's been #1, I believe.
Bloody hell.
So, yeah, weird as fuck. More stuff from Rockstar. Red Dead Redemption sequel update. They plan to reveal a new project soon. So, hopefully, it's the new Red Dead. Who knows? There was some official document that said something, and now people are like, "Oh, Red Dead," but who knows? It might be something completely different. I don't know, but there you go.
Fair enough.
Yep. Xbox Scorpio games and hardware are already in production, apparently, from old Phil motherfucking Spencer. Right there, that's a quote.
Get on it, Phil.
Yep. We've got Doom's campaign will get a free score attack mode. Think you'll
That
have a go at
sounds fun.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's going to be like speed/kills/kills. Lots of killing. I'm guessing you can get like multipliers for killing certain things and stuff like that. So that should be, should be cool. I saw that someone, the world record speed run for Doom on like whatever the stupid mode is, the ridiculously super insane hard mode, 1.5 hours, buddy.
Wow.
I was like,
okay.
Yeah. I was like, I'm really shit at this game. Like, I've played this game for a long time. I've hardly done anything. But obviously, you know, they know this game inside out, and I don't, since I haven't completed it once yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's someone who has a lot of time available to them, I think, would be fair to say.
Gibbons, buddy. We were talking about Hitman earlier, or vaguely, a little bit. I was like, yeah, we should buy it. Apparently, people are loving this kind of, not episodic, but, you know, staggered release. It's keeping Hitman fresh and in the minds of a lot of people with this, like, monthly release every so often, probably every month. So they're like, hey, yeah, we're going to do, like, another 3 seasons of this, possibly. So, I really want this game. You know, like, I don't want to buy it now, but I want to play it a lot.
I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? I was hoping that once it was a complete package and everything was sitting there, then we could jump in at that point. But it seems to have actually gone down rather well over the time of since the game's launch. Seems like a lot of people are really pleased that they can dip in, and it feels like a new little treat every month kind of thing. And if they keep extending the life of this, like, season stuff, then we just won't be able to wait any longer, I don't think. But I don't know, you're not going to see any reductions either. That's the other problem at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Still want it, though.
Indeed, buddy, me too.
And finally, buddy, you can get the Battlefield 1 collector's edition for $130, buddy.
I remember us doing one of these for Battlefront, so I'm looking forward to this, buddy. Read on.
But it doesn't include the game.
Classic.
Yeah, so you can buy all the shit that comes along with the collector's edition for $130, but not the game. But obviously, Amazon are selling it with the game for like $190 or something like that. So yeah, if you want to buy a ton of in-game items and some like shitty statue, you can.
Is it a logistics thing? They don't want to package for different platforms, whereas they can just sell it to all platforms if it hasn't included the game? Is that it?
Who knows? It's crazy and funny. So yeah,
that's just madness.
Yeah,
not
definitely.
The first time this has happened either.
No, I know, but I saw it and I was like, that has to be in my my news section because my news section is retarded. That's how I do it.
Nice.
And yeah, that's me done, buddy, for this week.
Nice, thank you very much, buddy. Some cheeky gems there, and that is the end of the news. And now it's time for Out This Week.
That's out this week.
Certainly is, buddy, certainly is. Get the ball rolling with Adventure Capitalist on the PS4. This is a strategy business game. It's been out on PC and early access for some time. There's a few of these this week, actually, that are PC games that have been out on Steam for a while, coming to consoles. That's one of them. We have Bound. This looks interesting, buddy. This could be well worth picking up if it's a reasonable price. It's a PS4 game, Bound. It is a gorgeous-looking 3D platformer, and it is from Santa Monica Studios. I think this is the next game they've done since Sound Shapes, and it looks just gorgeous, as you would expect from the creators of Sound Shapes. Yes, I highly encourage people to go and have a little look at the some gameplay footage of this, because it seems to be the month for it. You've got No Man's Sky, Abzu, some real graphical masterpieces popping out in the next few weeks, and this certainly falls into that camp as well. That's Bound, worth looking up for PS4.
I'm on it.
We've got Death Stare, Stair for PC, which is a weird sort of zany deathmatch game. Kind of reminded me of that Ship, or the Ship Revisited, which was the remaster, where it's kind of a bit of a dour surroundings deathmatch game, but you've got weird, crazy stuff like beach balls flying about as weaponry. So, yeah, that's a deathmatch game. Could be worth a look. That's Death Stare on the PC. We have Grow Up coming out this week on the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. This is the follow-up to Grow Home with your little robot bud. I think he's no longer in the constraints of a single planet. He's out in the universe. He's got like a sort of microlight attachment now as well. I don't know if this is a game that required a sequel, and I've heard very mixed things about people who've played these at trade shows and stuff, but seems to have come out like super, super quick. Like it wasn't even announced until E3, and how long ago was that? 6 weeks, and now it's coming out. But yes, I personally am interested in reading some reviews of that before I do anything about it.
Cool.
We've got Inverses, which is on the PS4 and PC, and this looks like a sort of 2D. It almost looks like it's a game written on graph paper. It's got a really interesting art style, but it is at its core a sort of 2D platformer puzzle game, and that's worth a look if you like some interesting art. We got Read Only Memories on the PS4 and Vita. This is another one that has been out on Steam in the past and in early access. This is a very strong story-driven game, steampunk futuristic RPG with a sort of cartoony aspect to it. Interesting soundtrack and so on. And that could be worth a look if you're into that sort of thing. And the major AAA that's coming out this week is F1 2016 on the Xbox One, the PS4 and the PC. We've got this on pre-order, and it comes out on a game night, and hopefully the servers won't fall over when it launches. I've watched
Fingers
extensive videos of all of the new features and updates to this, and huge racing fan. F1's our go-to racing game, and I'm massively excited about that one. So yeah, there we go. That's out this week, buddy. That's the lot.
Not bad, not great. It's okay.
Got some good stuff in there. That I tell you, that Bound, that's worth a look. That's going to be good.
It looks weird. She's like dancing and prancing about and shit.
Yeah.
Don't really know what's going on.
Indeed. Yep. It's all kicking off.
But yeah, looks cool.
Crazy stuff. Anyway, there you go. That's your lot. That is out this week. And now it's time for the JfG Top 5.
Just for Gamers Top 5.
So, buddy, seeing as we've both had our top five of the year so far, I thought it'd be fitting to get in the top games or the top 5 games that we're looking forward to for the rest of the year.
Certainly makes sense, buddy. These are the games that I suppose are going up against our original top 5 lists to see if they can sneak in there before the year is out.
True. And unfortunately, our first one that I put in was Battlefield 1.
Well, it's a big release. It's I can't say as I'm hugely excited for it, but it's certainly one of the biggest games coming out this year, and it's going to be interesting to see the reception there. I think the more we've seen of that, the more it looks like a Battlefield game, and the less ridiculous it seems to say that. Like originally, it was like, yeah, of course it's a Battlefield game, but I think the more I've seen of it and the more gameplay that's been shown, I'm like, no, it really does just look like a huge graphical overhaul of Battlefield 4 set in.
Yeah, totally.
But it's not like it's. I think originally when it was announced, people thought it was going to be like play different, be maybe a different engine, like all sorts, and that's just not the case at all. But I mean, it's still probably going to be one of these must-buys, especially if Funk's got anything to say about it, isn't it, buddy?
Yeah, and also I think this will be the best community game to play because everyone will have it, buddy. So we can get stuck in there.
Yep,
and
true.
Suck balls at it. Oh,
yeah, we will.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. It's not going to be a day one purchase for me because, as we've said, the Battlefield servers are always total wank when it first comes out, so I'm going to hold off on that one, definitely.
If I'm better at Snoop Dogg than that game, buddy, then... If I'm better at Snoop Dogg, I think is what I said there. If I am better than Snoop Dogg at Battlefield 1, I will be happy. Although it was KD 0, wasn't it? His ratio on that video. So
he done well.
He didn't kill anyone and he didn't die.
He was super high though.
He was just smoking a joint.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all cool.
Fair enough.
It's medicinal, buddy.
Good.
So number 2, we've got Dishonored 2. Now, I feel like you're going to be more excited about this than me.
Yeah, I mean, although having said that, I've got to say, buddy, considering 4 of your 5 on your list last week were single-player games of first-person adventures and stuff.
I see.
I think maybe you should take another look at this because it should be right up your alley, sunshine.
I just had some issues with the first one, you know? Like, when I got detected, I was just like, oh, god damn it, start again. And I got that into that mind frame, and it annoyed the hell out of me. And that's why I didn't finish that game, buddy. But yeah, Dishonored 2 will probably get it, I think. I don't see why not.
Definitely. Loads of reasons to be excited. It's supposed to be double the size of the last game. You've got 2 playable characters with completely different campaigns as far as I understand it. So that's interesting as well. And obviously the levels are going to be retrofitted in a way that means that you can traverse them with one character in one way that you couldn't do with the other, and some clever level design there. I love the art style. I loved the first story, and second one looks like a very interesting change of pace and change of enemies and stuff. Dishonored was one of my favourite games of last generation, and I'm very, very excited about this one. I hope it's going to be great.
Gibbons, buddy. Number 3, South Park, A Fractured Butthole. That's going to be Game of the Year, I believe.
It could happen, buddy.
I know, right? I mean, it's worrying the fact that it's not coming out till like the 6th of December. So it's very close to the end of the year. But it might work in its favour because that's what I might just play for the entirety of December. Who knows?
It's the perfect Christmas game, buddy.
Gibbons, but it definitely is.
Home for Christmas, chuck on South Park. And yeah, probably the last AAA of the year. So interesting time to release, isn't it?
So excited about this game after replaying the Stick of Truth, I must say. And I can't wait. It's going to be so good.
Very good. Yep.
Number 4, coming out very shortly, or not shortly, soon. Or whatever. Who cares? Words mean nothing to me. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, buddy.
Another one.
Take it away.
Like Dishonored, this is another one that I'm probably more excited about than you are. But I thought human evolution was really, really cool. And I don't know. I mean, it was always a bit strange because the game, it had a really distinctive art style, but it wasn't necessarily like super, super pretty, but it was functional more than that. But it was just interesting, that game. It just didn't feel like other games to play, and the sort of options available to you there as well, the way that you could play it how you wanted, and there were sort of 5 or 6 different ways to do each encounter and each level, and different endings as well. There were several different endings. For some reason, I like the main character, even though he's cheesy as fuck. And yeah, it's just, I just thought it was really well made. I came to the party really late. I think I had like a Game of the Year edition on the 360. Yeah. And I just couldn't believe how good it was. I played it absolutely solidly for like 3 weeks. And normally with a single player game like that, I won't hang around, you know, but I did with this, and it's made me very excited for the next one.
Yeah, this new one looks pretty damn cool, buddy, I must say. I've seen a couple of videos in it, and graphically it looks beautiful. Some of the gameplay stuff looks pretty cool as
just
well.
Looks
all like
clever.
The little side missions and stuff you can do.
Yeah,
it does. It looks clever.
That was the thing with the last one. It was just smarter. Like, it needed to be praised more, that game. I mean, the AI and stuff in that game was excellent. You know, it was really good at, you know, there was a lot of opportunities for stealth there, and the AI was up to the job of making stealth fair and fun, and a lot of games aren't capable of doing that even now, you know. So, and then if you did want to go guns blazing, then the gunplay felt good as well. It was a jack of all trades. It was really, really good, and I'm hoping this one can live up to that.
Gibbons, buddy. And finally, for the top five, the fifth of the five, Verdun, buddy.
The mighty Verdun, of course. The Dead Island Syndrome game of 2016, we presume. Yes. Bit of a wild card. PC remaster. I feel like I've got an attachment to this game because it's becoming like a running joke now on the podcast. So
yeah, it has to be done.
I'm really excited.
Did you find out what I picked as my Dead Island Syndrome game?
Yeah, it was No Man's Sky. You went with No Man's Sky.
It was.
Yeah.
Cheap shot. Mate, I've got it. If this game is balls, then I've won. Because we bought into it. You know, everyone has bought into this game now, and it in a week's time, when everyone's like, "Yeah, there's nothing to do in this game," I'll be like, "I've done it. I win." Yeah, I'm hoping I'm fucking wrong though, because I want that game to be really good. Oh well,
it's going to be Verdun. It's going to be Verdun, buddy.
Verdun, buddy. Yeah, we'll buy that as well.
Year-old PC port Verdun is going to be. That's the one.
We're in.
Year-old 7 out of 10 PC game Verdun. That's the one, buddy. There it is.
Everyone's going to go mental for that shit.
Gibbons.
And that's the JfG top 5 this week, buddy.
Yeah, there we go. Battlefield 1, Dishonored 2, South Park, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, and Verdun. And now it's time for Many Moons Ago. Many Moons Ago.
When are we going, buddy? When are we going?
Now, it's been a running theme with Many Moons Ago that obviously if you want to do a whole section on a game, then usually you've got far more to say about that game if you liked it.
Oh, I like this game.
It's not very often we pick a bad game.
So true.
For Many Moons Ago. But that's what's happening here, buddy. So I'll tell you when we're going back. We're going back to the 17th of August, 2010, which saw the release of Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days. Take it away, buddy. Fill your boots. Go to town.
We purchased this on PC for £3.50. And we decided, this was many moons ago, when we had some sort of YouTube channel, we were doing some videos, some Let's Plays and things like that. And we decided, Kane and Lynch 2, Dog's Day, let's do it, £3.50. This age-old classic we haven't played before, let's do it. And, oh my god, wow, that game was amazing. I mean, I'm going to have to download one of the videos and upload it onto our channel.
I know the one.
You know, yeah? Is it the one with like the NPC where we're chasing him and he runs back at us? Is it that one?
It's that one where we're in hot pursuit of
a naked Chinese man.
A naked Chinese man and his missus, and you overtake his missus. She keeps running along beside us.
Yeah.
That game does things I have never seen before or since, and I don't mean in a good way, but what was the worst
thing for you of that game?
I mean, the art style where they've gone for the sort of snuff movie crossed with YouTube thing. Which on paper I thought was a really good idea, but in practice just meant that you could barely look at your screen a lot of the time because it was so fuzzy and horrifying. I thought I must give it its dues. Like, I did think that the cover system and the gunplay was reasonable in this.
Yeah, it was okay.
It wasn't bad. It was relatively satisfying to shoot people and very satisfying to explode fire extinguishers.
That was fun.
You could also grab people as well and spin them around in your arms.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm trying to think the level. Like it was some kind of dock. There was big ships there, and there was just a continuous loop of like an angle grinder going on continuously, and that was the background noise. I was like, "What is this? This is ridiculous."
The sound design was horrible. The script was horrible. Graphically, it was nasty looking. The whole game's about 3 hours long. Yeah, I don't know. It was just crazy. Like some of the glitching was amazing. You'd get NPCs standing inside one another to create exciting new NPCs with half
about that.
like
That was
multicolored.
funny as hell.
Oh,
Yeah. Like
amazing.
2 NPCs combined to make one, so it was like slightly balded white guy with dreads or something. That was so funny.
Featured a scene where both the main characters were slashed like 100 times with razor blades, and then spent a whole level covered in scars and completely buck naked, running through corridors in like a butcher's.
Sounds fun.
There was something about this game. I think this was a bad game, but there's something about it that I liked, and I cannot understand why that is. But
I think it was the fact that we played it together and took the immense piss out of it, buddy.
I think it might be, but I look back at this game now and I have fond memories of it, even though it was fucking dreadful.
It was terrible.
I don't know. There was something about it that hit the right buttons there, and actually made me quite happy, even though it was fucking awful, just awful. I don't know what else to say about it. I think we've pretty much covered everything.
That's it, mate.
Can you think of anything else?
No, I don't want to talk about it anymore. It hurts my brain. Painful.
What I will say is I remember many, many moons ago playing the first Kane and Lynch game at Funk's place. And that game was absolutely turd. Like, this game's 100 times better than that one was. So, if only there'd been a Kane and Lynch 3, buddy. Maybe one day. Those lovable rogues. It could happen, but it probably won't.
We'll see. I hope not.
I'd love them to announce another one.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, it's a bad game. And
I like it though. It's mixing it up, throwing a bad game in there. We should do it again.
Given
sometime.
Peeping Tom's back, buddy.
Oh, hello.
Seems almost fitting when talking about Kane and Lynch 2.
I think so.
Oh well. Anyway, yes. That was the 17th of August, 2010, buddies, and that was the release of Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days. And now it's time for the JfG quiz.
JfG quiz.
I don't like the title of this.
Why not, buddy?
I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is, but I don't know what you're going to ask about it.
Well, as you well know, buddy, tomorrow evening I embark on my exciting holiday to Stockholm, Sweden. And therefore, I thought it'd be lovely if we could learn some exciting facts about that fair city. And perhaps I could confirm some of them for certain when I'm out there. But either way, buddy, this is Alex's Stockholm quiz.
Great.
Are you ready?
No, but fuck it. Who knows? I'm going to guess. I have no other options. Unless it's... how do you spell Stockholm? Because I can see it right now. I could spell that for you. Don't delete it, please.
Well, maybe I've picked gaming-related questions or things that you would have the opportunity for knowing, buddy.
I hope so.
Question 1.
Quiz.
Stockholm is the largest city in Sweden, but how many people live there? Is it A, 850,000, B, 750,000, or C, 650,000?
A.
You're going with 850,000.
Sounds good to me.
That's correct.
Nailed it.
He's 1 for 1. Question 2. Stockholm is built on 14 islands connected by bridges. But how many bridges are there? Is it A, 32? Is it B, 57?
What?
Or is it C, 62?
I like 57. It's a good number.
It's the right answer. Oh, if you got 5 out of 5 here, that'd be amazing. That'd be the best thing ever.
Unbelievable guesswork coming at you. Come on then.
Question 3. The city of Stockholm is home to the world's largest spherical building.
Of course it is.
But what is it called? Is it A, the Ericsson Globe? Is it B, the Magnusson Sphere? Or is it C, the Johansson Plaza?
I feel like the Johansson Plaza is plausible, but I feel like it is a phony one to trick me into it. I'm going to go for A.
You're going for A, the Ericsson Globe.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Can't be called that, but yeah.
This is the right answer. You're 3 for 3.
I know my Stockholm, buddy. Maybe I just know you so well with your fake answers.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, but the previous 2 were numbers.
Yeah, well, numbers is my thing, buddy.
Question 4. On the longest day of the year, how many hours of daylight does Stockholm see?
2.
Is it A, 19, B, 21, or C, 23?
21.
You're going for B, 21.
Yeah, why not? It's in the middle, innit?
It is 21.
I can't believe this. Fucking come on, 5 for 5. I can do this. Please say it's spell Stockholm. Please.
Question 5, and for a maximum score. In Sweden, happy hour is called something else.
Oh, fuck. Go on then.
Is it A, fun time?
Sounds good.
Is it B, happy period? Or is it C, after work?
All of these sound good.
Is it fun time?
I know, I want to go for fun time.
Or after work?
But I feel like it's after work. But then again, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I got 4 out of 5. I'm going to go for A, fun time. Sounds good.
You're going for
like
A, fun time.
Yeah.
It was after work, buddy.
Ah, damn it. I knew it. So close.
You got 4 out of 5. And you almost got 5, and I feel like you would have got 5 if you didn't have a sense of joy in your heart where you wanted to pick a funny answer.
True. I do like fun time.
Well, I don't really know what to say about what just happened, but there you go. That's 4 out of 5 on the Stockholm quiz, buddy.
Nailed it. I know my shit, buddy.
I don't know if it's more or less funny, the fact that you got all of them right. I don't know.
It's weird.
But either way, there we go.
We'll never talk of this again.
And that is the quiz. And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Corner with Funk. Back with Corner with Funk. He's got some questions for Funk.
Has he got some questions, buddy?
He's got a cheeky, exciting tidbit for us, buddy.
Ooh.
Funk says, the missus is off to America soon, buddies, so an opportunity for a cheeky shunt reunion 2.0.
Nice, sounds good.
In light of this tremendous occasion, what are your suggestions for best couch co-op or multi-plue game that we could play?
Tricky Towers.
Tricky Towers is a good shout. Of course, that's it's got online as well. But yeah, you could happily play that couch co-op.
The other game that we bought recently, Obliterators, buddy.
Yeah, that's got local as well. There's actually a couple of other sort of budgety kind of races on the store for sort of the sort of £5 mark, something like that. There's a.
Is that Blaze Rush?
No. Although I don't know, has that got local? I think it probably does.
Yeah, it should do. Of course it is.
It is Targem Games though, buddy. So perhaps not. But
Trials Fusion, buddy.
Yeah. We could play some Trials. Some of the PS Plus games in the past, like that.
Towerfall Ascensions or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's a great one, and I've never played that as a 4. That could be
I'd
really
like to play
good.
that. That'd be cool.
What's
You're thinking of Knack,
Friends.
aren't you? But it hasn't been PS Plus yet, buddy. I know. I thought it would have been as well, but not yet.
Not yet, buddy. The one that's
Almost.
getting a lot of hype this week because it came out last week and it's one that I've played before was that Overcooked. A lot of YouTubers are doing videos on that at the moment.
Yeah, I've seen loads of them kicking about.
Yeah. I wasn't convinced at how much fun that would be. It just looks stressful and kind of annoying. If you're in a menial labour sort of job like I am, then you don't necessarily want to go home and fucking do some work. So
Yeah,
I don't know about that one really, but I don't know.
possibly. Who knows?
Maybe we should all just turn up with our laptops, buddy, and get a bit of a Civ LAN party going. That could be good.
Yeah, we should just play Elder Scrolls Legends, mate. Now that it's in open beta.
Yeah, it could happen.
Or Funk could give us like some sort of Magicka masterclass. I reckon that'd be a good shout.
Yeah, that's an option as well. The other one I was thinking was I could bring my 360 down and we could play some old school 360 split screen and stuff.
That sounds like a plan.
That could be fun.
Could be crazy.
Can't remember how
we'll
many.
probably end up just trying to win the World Cup or something.
Yeah, we'll just play PES.
That's his tradition, buddy.
Givens. It seems like the last sort of year or so, there've been less devs have tried to get away with not having those online features. Like in the first year or two of the life cycle of the new consoles, it seemed like there was a lot of local-only multiplayer games launching.
Yeah.
And I understand if you're a small studio, then it's a lot of money to find to implement that multiplayer stuff and then run servers. Some people, it's just not an option, but seems to be less of it the last sort of 12 months or so. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah.
You know, the other one's that what's that box thing? Party box? I can't remember what it's called now.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. I've actually been. I've heard really good.
Jackbox, Bogjack. No, I don't know.
Oh, what's it called?
Penis.
The Jackbox Party Pack.
That was close. Jack's box. Jack off box.
That could be well worth a go, actually. That.
Yeah. I don't know. Could be funny.
Yeah. Well, we'll look into that. We need to get a little list going, I reckon.
Gibbons. I think so. Good shout.
Yeah, it's a good question, though. Cheers for your question, Funk. Every week, we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the JfG Podcast at gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk. And now it's time for JfG Street Beat.
You got a question we wanna know. Street Beat. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So hit us up and be on the show. Street Beat. The JfG Street Beat.
What's the word on the street beat, yo?
We got a very nice, kind email from our good friend JJ this week, buddy, who supplied us with the URL to download that firmware for the Vita. He, like most people, expects PlayStation to probably remove it fairly pronto and update with something that stops the homebrew stuff from working. Yep. So,
as is tradition.
So, yes, this is the 3.60 update for Vita and Vita TV. Update 3.61 just dropped, so I don't know how long it will be there. Thought you might want to archive it if you ever have a use. I was thinking of getting a cheap Vita TV to run the homebrew. Yeah, so he was kind of thinking the same as we were, that actually that, I mean, it's that dream, isn't it, of the sort of Raspberry Pi running like all of your favourite retro games from the 90s, that kind of thing. Yeah. That this could be a very viable way of doing that, and with an HDMI out to boot. I've never really looked at the stats for the PlayStation Vita TV or whatever it's called.
No, I haven't. I don't know how much juice it's got. I don't know like what kind of things you could pull out of it. But, you know, like the fact that it's got homebrew, you know, you could turn that into some kind of sweet media center as well, like a media PC for your telly. Like, stick Kodi on there and then stream whatever the fuck you want on it. I mean... Yeah, it's a... I mean, you get a meaty network drive and it's a dream then, isn't it? You know, yeah, totally.
40 quid a pop and you can convert every telly in the house to a full-blown media center. It's pretty amazing. Another thing that I don't think we mentioned when we were talking about this when the story broke a week or two ago was that some of the Vita games haven't been compatible on Vita TV, but you can actually...
True.
You can change that with this software. You can whitelist games that were originally sort of blacklisted. So
which is helpful if you want to play those games, buddy.
Yeah, it's a big old perk. And
but yeah, I yesterday I went on the Vita and I remembered they added like a Twitch app for it because I was about to watch the No Man's Sky stream, and I was like, I'll just watch it on the Vita. I can plug my headphones in, lie on the sofa, and like feel dead. And I went to the PlayStation store. It was like, oh, there's an update needed. I was like, oh, do I update it or not? I decided not to for now, just to see what happens. And ended up getting the Twitch app on my tablet instead and watching it there. But yeah, so yeah, I noticed that they've already put in something. So yeah, I don't know.
They just haven't come down in price, those Vitas. I still want one.
And I know.
If I could pick one up for 60 quid, then I'd get one. But
you can get like refurbished ones for that, but you don't really want a refurbished one.
No, I don't.
No. I mean, I managed to get mine for 80 quid from Amazon Germany. I mean, that's a fucking bargain.
It is.
Right there.
I kind of want the old one as well, the Meteor one with the better screen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy with the new shape one, mainly because I haven't got to lug around another charger. That was my main thing. I know like it's not like the same screen and all that lot, but I mean, I'm not fussed. I never had the original one, so I'm fine. I can live without it.
And it's not the storage options in the newer one. Is that standard SD?
It's the same. No. I wish. Fucking hell. It's still the stupid Vita memory card that's way too overpriced.
They dropped a bollock on that.
Oh, fucking dumb as fuck.
People just weren't willing to live with that anymore. You know, it's
no.
People are used to having
that's another thing, you know. I'm thinking with
freedom,
with this homebrew, maybe like with like an on-the-go cable, I could plug like a little USB stick into like my mini USB port underneath and run shit off that if I need to.
Yeah,
who knows?
Yeah.
So like it could unlock everything on that just by having this like homebrew stuff. I don't know. We shall see. It's not like I buy games on that console anyway. I only play the PlayStation Plus games on it. You know, I'm not fussed about that.
It's amazing that they still give them away, really, on a monthly basis. Like, you'd think they wouldn't even fucking bother anymore. They were barely supporting the console 3 months into its life cycle. So the fact that they're still... I suppose it's just so cheap and easy to throw those games in, and it just looks...
Yeah, you'd think they'd throw some good ones in there, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, apparently not.
No. Oh, well.
Well, I still enjoy it when a Vita-specific game comes through and out this week. I still like that. So. Very rare these days, though, buddies.
Very rare, buddy.
Either way, very thoughtful of you, JJ, and thank you very much for that.
Gibbons.
So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 72. Things have flown by this evening. Everything's run very smoothly. It feels like we've only just started and we're getting to the end all of a sudden.
Gibbons, buddy. Episode 71 has been a doozy.
Good old episode 72. There it is.
Yeah, buddy, it's been good. I mean, I still don't really know what happened in that quiz earlier. That was a bit weird.
I mean, I'm looking at the answers and looking for like a pattern and stuff. Like I try and avoid putting my answers in the middle now because I know that you kind of gravitate towards them. But then I need to sort of double bluff sometimes as well.
Nah, I know, totally. And then I've got to be like, is he double bluffing my double bluff right now? And I'm like,
there was no pattern there, buddy. You just guessed right over and over again.
I'm just that good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing the shit out of No Man's Sky while you're away on your holiday. You know, enjoy it, buddy. Have a good time.
Cheers, buddy. Will do. I'm in the middle of trying to book a dinner and dance jazz boat trip at the moment for the missus' birthday. It's quite difficult. I don't think they're quite into jazz in the same way that the Eastern Europeans are. We did like a jazz boat trip in Prague when we went away a few years ago. I was looking for a similar thing, but they've got lots of like these stupid fucking pop bands and stuff. But then, you know, this is the home of ABBA, so
that will happen.
Maybe it will. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, No Man's Sky, buddy, and Tricky Towers. That's my week done this week.
Sounds cheeky. Sounds very cheeky indeed.
Gibbons. So I guess I've got to do all like the twiddling and uploading and shit. I don't like this.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go well, is it?
Yeah, this is
You're gonna have to write me a little thing how to do it.
Yeah.
Even though I set it like the website up and stuff in the beginning, I've forgotten how to do it.
Yeah, it's nice and simple, buddy. And I'm back late Sunday night, so
you can do it then, yeah?
I can do this. No, I can't do it then. Late as in 2 a.m. But
yeah, that's fine.
No, it's nice and easy to do, and I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I managed to do the tweeting last time somehow. I don't
that automated Twiddle website let me down. Fucking shocker.
Shitbags. They probably just stole our details.
Yeah. They're like, thanks very much. Oh, well. Cool. Well, thank you very much for listening, everyone. You can find us at a number of places that I will attempt to list for you now. They include our website, www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook /the JfG Podcast. Our Twitter handle is @the JfG Podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud /justforgamers. We're on YouTube. Search the JfG Podcast. You will find us. Keep an eye out for Ash doing some streaming and stuff over the coming days. That should be quite exciting too. We are on your PlayStation 4. If you are a PS4 gamer, you can find the JfG community on there by having a little search for the JfG Podcast. And we are also on Google Plus, if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. Have a cracking week. I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Take it easy, buddies. Goodbye. You've been listening to the JfG Podcast with Ash and me, Alex. To find out more, head to www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook /the JfG Podcast, or Twitter, where we are @the JfG Podcast. Episodes go live every Sunday, and if you could pop onto iTunes and write us a quick review, we would love every inch of you, even if you got old and fat. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.